Hi guys, Vanessa here from the Bubblino Kitchen. I'm going to show you today a very cool set that I've received called the $1 Billion Brows Bestsellers Kit. It contains 4 fantastic products and I wanted to share with you today how I've been using them to fill in and do my brows. I'm just going to do one side for you today to show you how fantastic it is and hope you like. So first of all, it comes with a universal brow pencil, which is this little baby, which has a crayon-like end that you can wind up very simply to use, and a spoolie, which is super important in brow technique. Then it has the Brow Duo pencil, which comes with a concealer and a highlighter end, also very fantastic. A smudge brush for applying the highlighter and the concealer, and last but definitely not least, the $1 Billion Brow Gel, which is invaluable. So bear with me, I'm going to show you how I use this. I'm going to do my left eyebrow. Now on this particular brow I've overplucked over the years or overwaxed, and so somehow I've managed to retain one little hair just here, and he is my best friend because he gives me guidance for the rest of my face. But basically I keep that there so that I know that's my starting point, because that is actually where my brows should start to be perfectly symmetrical, or as symmetrical as I can get them at this point. So I use that as my guideline, and I basically just fill in from that point. So it's a very soft formula, this pencil, and you're just gonna lightly drag it across your brow, and I just feather up this end from that particular brow here, which honestly is just a single brow here, and make my way across. And I stick to my actual shape, so my natural kind of shape of my brows, and lightly feather it. Wind it up if you need better control or a bit more of the product at your disposal. And then I take the top line all the way across over to here, kind of following the natural contour and just accentuating it a little bit, filling in as you go. Don't worry if you don't get it too perfect with this, because that's where the spoolie comes in really handy. Now this is a universal brow pencil, which means that the colour can work for brunettes or blondes, and basically you just determine how much product you deposit on your brow as you're going. So if you're a brunette, you could afford to be a little more heavy-handed, or blondes, you just do it a little lighter, but the colour tone is such that it can suit anyone, which is fantastic, because often half the problem with any makeup or beauty product is trying to find your match, right? So this is no fuss, no complication, just, oh, I need another universal brow pencil. So feather that along, and you'll see that I've kind of over filled in just along here, and I haven't quite got that very neat. So I'm going to just go backwards. Natalie Plain, who is the founder of $1 Billion Brows, I saw her in Auckland when she launched this range into New Zealand, and she was talking about how important it is to go backwards. So always make sure that you don't just follow your brow line this way, deposit the colour backwards as well to get a really even kind of coverage, and to help give you that more bushy look. So now taking my spoolie, done, I'm going to start working brushing upwards, and this is just to even it out, to create the shape that I really want, and just to make it look more natural and not drawn on. And then you can see if there's any extra product that you need or that's lacking, and you can go back in and fill that in once you've brushed away the, the kind of heavy-handed deposits. So I just want to create that line a little cleaner on the top, like that. Feather that out there. Cool, and I'm pretty happy with that, except for the fact that I have come down too far and it's a little bit messy. So what I'm going to do is just brush up a little bit more. Just use my finger to wipe away there. And it's time to bring in the corrector. So here we've got the $1 Billion Brow concealer on one end and highlighter on the other. I'm going to start with the concealer just to take away these little bits that I'm not so pleased with. So just lightly follow the line that I want to cover up any of the dark stuff with, and a little bit on top, because you're going to clearly define where your brow starts and finishes. I don't go all the way across the top just because I haven't really done anything there that's obviously in need of concealing. So then take your brow brush, which you can see is flat-ended, quite long bristles, but really stiff. So it's a stiff little brush, and you're just gonna work that in carefully along into your brow, kind of keeping the edge of the brush in line with your brow. You don't want to drag the concealer up into your brow hairs, just because the colour of it will obviously then discolour the brow coverage. So just smooth it down, and then same along the top, kind of hold it this way so that it's just brushing it into the skin and creating a clean line down the side. Then when you're happy with that, I take the highlighter side, which is the lighter one, and I'm just going to bring that all the way across and lightly across my brow bone. So the purpose of the highlighter is to create an illusion of light hitting here, just like when you highlight your cheekbone here, or up here, or your nose, or your cupid's bow. Any of those areas that you highlight are to make them look like there's light hitting them, which accentuates them. So when you're contouring, you're shadowing here so that this looks sunken in, and you're highlighting here so that your that your cheekbones look more prominent. And similarly with your eyebrow and your brow bones, you're trying to make them stand out and make your eyelid pop and your brow bone accentuated so that it looks like you've got a really strong brow game, girl or guy. Okay, so brushing. Now I do my brows always before I do my eyeshadow, so that any mistakes, or if I want to cover or reduce the effect of the highlighter, I can just tame it down a little bit with my eyeshadow. So there we have, it's looking pretty clean. Now I'm going to come in lastly with my brow gel. This stuff is really a lifesaver. Over the years, I've used hairspray on a little spoolie that I used to get from the MAC counter, and I'd keep in my makeup bag. Spray it with hairspray and brush them up. I've got really long individual lashes, so brows, so they actually fall down, which can be really, really unbecoming. And also I've used to use a Benefit product called Shellac years and years ago in the early 2000s when I lived in the States. That was perfect for this taming of the brows and keeping them in place. But essentially you're just taking this like a mascara wand, you're lifting your your brows up and kind of giving them that bushy look, and then just running over the top and down to kind of create a cleaner line. So they look a little, what's her name? Cara Delevingne. But not too Teen Wolfish. And there we have it. One brow done and one brow not done. And you can see the difference clearly, and how much a strong brow brings out other features in your face. Obviously I haven't done any other makeup. I've got very little mascara on, but it really, really frames the face. So I leave you there with the $1 Billion Brows Kit. 4 tiny little products which can make a world of difference to your mug. Thanks for watching.